If your eyes feel dry and gritty before you even climb out of bed in the morning, if the blur takes longer to clear than it used to, if headlights throw halos at you on the evening drive home, then I want to sit with you for a few minutes. There is a tiny seed, very likely in your kitchen right now, that may help with all of that. But only if you sidestep one common mistake, and that mistake is everywhere. Most folks past 60 hear that a certain seed is good for tired, aging eyes, so they buy a bag. They sprinkle it on their oatmeal, and they feel almost nothing. The seed did not fail them. The way they used it did. Before we go one step further, I want to be straight with you. I am not a doctor, and nothing I say here replaces yours. This is information, not a prescription. With that out in the open, let me walk you through the seed, the mistake, and the simple fix that costs about $0.10 a day. Janet, 61, from Kentucky, wrote to me about exactly this. For nearly 2 years, her eyes burned by the middle of every afternoon. Reading the Sunday bulletin felt like looking through a smudged window. Her eye doctor checked her carefully and found no disease at all. Just dry, aging eyes. Common. Frustrating. And mostly invisible to everyone except her. So what is actually happening to so many of us after 60? Your tears are not only water, they have a thin, oily top layer that keeps them from drying out too fast. As we age, the little glands along the edge of your eyelids make less of that oil. Certain medications dry things out further, like blood pressure pills, antihistamines, and some antidepressants. And we blink less when we stare at screens. So the tears thin and dry up between blinks. Your eyes feel scratchy. Your vision smears for a second after each blink. None of it shows up as a disease on a chart. It just quietly wears on your day. So where does a little seed fit into all of this? And what is the mistake that cancels its benefit before it even begins? Stay with me, because the fix is almost free, and nearly everyone gets the very first step backwards. The seed is flaxseed. That small brown or golden seed you have walked past in the baking aisle 100 times. Flax is one of the richest plant sources of an omega-3 fat called ALA, and it carries antioxidant compounds called lignans as well. Now, why would a fat matter for tired eyes? Think about how you season a cast iron pan. You rub a thin film of oil across it so the surface does not dry out and crack. Your tears work on a similar idea. That oily top layer is the seal that keeps the watery part underneath from escaping into the air. Omega-3 fats from your food are some of the raw materials your body draws on to keep that seal healthy and smooth. When the oil layer runs thin, the water beneath it evaporates fast, and your eyes feel dry no matter how often you blink. The lignans in flax do a second job. They are antioxidants, and the tissue in and around your eyes takes a daily beating from oxidation, the slow, rust-like wear that builds up over the years. Most people assume dry eye is a water problem. It usually is not. Drinking more water rarely fixes it. More often, it is an oil problem, a thin and unstable top layer, and that is the layer omega-3 may help support. The science is far from settled, and I will be honest with you about that near the end. But the idea has real biology behind it. Now we reach the step that decides whether any of this works for you, because the seed is only as useful as the way you prepare it, and there is one move almost everyone skips. If this is helping you so far, the kindest thing you can do is subscribe. It simply tells YouTube to show this to other folks our age who could use it. That is all I ask. The mistake is simple. People eat flaxseed whole. They buy a bag of those little seeds Sprinkle a spoonful over their cereal, swallow it down, and feel good about the choice. The trouble is that a whole flaxseed has a hard, smooth, polished shell. Your body cannot crack it open. So the seed travels straight through you, from one end to the other, completely intact. You get the comfort of eating something healthy, and almost none of the omega-3 or the lignans locked inside. It is a little like swallowing a sealed pill that never opens. The fix takes 10 seconds. You grind the seeds first. A small coffee grinder or a cheap spice grinder does the job. One short buzz, and that polished shell turns into a soft meal your body can finally open up and absorb. Stir a tablespoon of that ground flax into your oatmeal, your yogurt, a spoon of applesauce, or a morning smoothie. Now the oils and the lignans are free, and your body has a real chance to use them. This one change is what Janet had missed for 2 whole years. She had been eating the seeds whole the entire time. When she switched to grinding a tablespoon fresh each morning and stirring it into her oatmeal, she gave it a few weeks before she noticed anything. Then her afternoons felt a little less raw. The burning that used to start around 2 o'clock softened. It was not a cure, and she would tell you that herself. It was a small, steady improvement she could feel, and it came from one 10-second change. A few practical notes because they matter. Start small. Flaxseed is very high in fiber, so if you have never eaten it, begin with a single teaspoon rather than a heaping tablespoon, and drink a full glass of water with it. Give your stomach a week or 2 to settle in before you build up. Eat it in the morning with food, and do not grind a big batch to save time. That leads straight into the second mistake, the one that even careful people make. The second mistake hides in the pantry. It is buying a big bag of pre-ground flax and letting it sit for months. Those omega-3 oils are fragile. The moment a seed is ground open and meets air, light, and warmth, the oils slowly begin to spoil. They go rancid. Rancid flax turns bitter, a little fishy, almost like old paint, and the very omega-3 you are after has broken down and lost most of its value. You can be doing everything else right and still be feeding yourself spoiled oil. The fix is just as easy as the first one. Buy whole seeds, not pre-ground meal. Grind only what you need for a day or 2. Then keep the rest of the whole seed in a sealed jar in your refrigerator or freezer, where the cold holds the oils steady for months. Ground flax, by contrast, is good for only a few days. And trust your nose. Fresh flax smells faintly nutty and clean. If it smells sharp or sour or like a paint can, throw it out and start fresh. Your eyes will get nothing from oil that has already turned. Now, before you run off to the kitchen, there is one group of people who need to pause and check with someone first. If you take a certain very common medication, this matters a great deal for you. Let me tell you exactly who and why. If you take a blood thinner, this is the most important minute of the video for you. Medications like warfarin, sometimes sold as Coumadin, and even daily aspirin, already slow how your blood clots. The omega-3 in flax can nudge that same effect a little further. For most people, that is nothing to worry about. But if you are on these drugs, please talk to your doctor before you make ground flax a daily habit. It is a short, easy conversation and well worth having. If you are over 70 or your stomach upsets easily, go gentle. Flax is powerful fiber. Start with that single teaspoon. Drink your water and climb slowly. Too much too fast can leave you bloated or backed up, which helps no one. If you live with diabetes or take medication for blood sugar, flax is fine for most people, but it can change how some pills are absorbed. A simple rule helps. Take your flax a couple of hours apart from your medications and let your doctor know you have added it. And if you have a history of bowel blockage or surgery on the calendar, ask your doctor first. None of this, and in fact, none of this is meant to frighten you. It is meant to keep this safe, because the right amount for one person is the wrong amount for another. So let us put the whole thing together into something you can start tomorrow. Buy 1 bag of whole brown or golden flaxseed. A few dollars, and it lasts for months in the fridge. Each morning, grind 1 tablespoon fresh, about 10 seconds in a small grinder. Stir it into your oatmeal, your yogurt, your applesauce, or a smoothie, and drink a glass of water alongside it. Eat it within a few minutes while it is fresh. That is the entire routine. No grinder in the house? You can still make this work. Buy a small bag of pre-ground flax, keep it sealed in the freezer, and use it up within a couple of weeks while it is still good. Whole seed ground fresh is best, but cold stored pre-ground is a fair second. No special supplement, no expensive bottle, no trip to a pharmacy. Just a seed your great-grandmother would have recognized, prepared the one way that lets your body actually use it. The cost works out to roughly $0.10 a day. Compare that to a small bottle of eye drops that empties in a week. And please, keep your drops and keep your doctor. This is not a replacement for either of them. If the dryness is severe, if there is real pain, if your vision is changing fast, that is a phone call to your eye doctor, not a spoon of seeds. Think of flax as one quiet helper inside a larger plan. Never the whole plan by itself. Small habits, repeated for months, are what add up after 60. Now the honest part that most channels leave out. This will not reverse cataracts. Nothing you eat will. If the lens inside your eye is clouding over, that is a conversation about surgery with your eye doctor, and no seed changes it. And the research on omega-3 for dry eye is genuinely mixed. The largest study, called the DREAM trial, was published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 2018. It followed more than 500 people for a year, and it found that omega-3 supplements were no better than a placebo for dry eye symptoms. Several smaller studies have found some benefit. There is one more honest wrinkle. Your body has to convert the plant, omega-3 in flax, into the form your eyes actually use, and it does that slowly and only in small amounts. So flax is a gentle, patient source, not a powerful one. So this may help your eyes, or it may not do very much. That honesty is exactly the point. So this is all I am really asking. For 1 month, grind a tablespoon of fresh flax into your breakfast, drink your water, keep your drops, keep your doctor, then pay attention. Are your mornings a little less raw? Is that afternoon burn a little quieter? Maybe yes. Maybe no. Either way, you will know something true about your own eyes, which is far more than a bag of whole seeds in the cupboard ever told you. If this helped, leave me a comment and tell me which food you would like me to look at next. I read every one. Take care of those eyes, my friend.